Whole life, IUL, and term. What's the difference between the three? So first off, they're all life insurance. So if you die, your family will get a death benefit paid out to them from the life insurance policy. Differences really start to come about with, first off, term. Term is a temporary policy. So that means you get coverage for either 10, 20, or 30 years. You're paying for that amount of time only. And if you're, let's say, 30 and you have a 20-year term, if you end up passing away within those 20 years, your family will get the payout then. If you pass anywhere after the 20 years, your family will not get a payout. So term is strictly protection. There's nothing else, no other component to it. It's like your car insurance. You pay your insurance company and you get coverage afterwards. In this case, with term, it gets paid out to your family. With whole life and IUL, they are permanent insurance. So that means that the coverage lasts your entire life. So that means the policy is active so long as you're paying the premiums. The main differences between these three is the cash value that's accumulating when you're paying. Now with term, there's no such thing. There's no cash value that builds as you're paying into the policy. It's strictly protection. But let's say with whole life, as you're paying money into it, there is a part of the policy that has cash value growth. So your money part of it goes to the insurance company and the other part goes into this cash value bucket that grows over time. It can grow between 3 to 4%. And at any point in time, you can borrow money from it or withdraw the money from that cash value bit that's growing. And that's your money. You can use however you want to. IUL has the same thing. It has a cash value growth aspect to it, except the cash value is not guaranteed. What that means is in IULs, it's usually tied to an index like the S&P 500. So with IUL, you don't have constant growth in there. With the whole life, it'll grow at 3 to 4% per year, no matter what the market conditions are. With IUL, since it's in the index, if the index is up, you can potentially make more than 4% for that year with your IUL. But if you have a 0 year, meaning the S&P, let's say, was down for the entire year, then your policy won't grow. It'll be a 0 year for you, so 0% growth in that year, and the cash value will most of the time remain the same, but it is possible to lose some money from an IUL's cash value if you have a 0 year. It just is based off of the fees that the company charges for owning the product, because even though you didn't have any growth that year, the policy fees still have to be paid, and usually it's paid from the cash value. So just keep that in mind with the IUL. It is a more risky product than the whole life, especially if you don't know exactly what you're doing or how to handle the policy. So just keep that in mind with the IUL. It is a more complicated product than the whole life, especially if it's not structured properly and you have no idea what it's really doing. So those are the main differences between the three. Term is strictly protection for a set number of years and no cash value growth. Whole life is for your entire life. Same with IUL, your entire life. But the difference between the two, whole life grows at a 3 to 4% per year for your cash value, whereas the IUL is linked with the market index. It grows as the market grows, or maybe doesn't grow as the market doesn't grow as well. If you are a new parent, I would say just stick with term. The other two are a lot more complicated. You don't need something like that right now. If you're looking as an investing product and you want to have your cash value grow, or you want to grow your money over time, then you can take a look at them. But if you're just starting out, stick with the term, get the protection that your family needs first before you try to, dive into some of these other products that are much more complicated and complex. So I hope this video gave you some insight on the three. If you have any other questions, just put them down below and I'll get to them. Thanks so much.